It all kicked off with a bang that wasn't subtle. One afternoon, a loud boom rattled my backyard. My bird feeder swayed, my solar gnome took a drunken tumble, and my cat streaked under the grill like it was running from the tax man. I figured maybe a transformer had popped or some kid had lit him 82 close to my fence. But when I stepped outside, following the faint hiss of sizzling plastic, I found the real trouble. An orange extension cord draped over my fence, plugged into my outdoor outlet, half melted from an overload. And who was behind it? My neighbor, Karen. That's when it hit me. This wasn't just a neighborly oops. This was a declaration of war. Karen's no stranger to this nonsense. Last December, she tapped my outlet to power her 30,000-light Christmas nightmare. Just for a day, she said, but that day turned into 3 weeks, 3 blown fuses, and a passive-aggressive fruitcake I'm pretty sure was her way of saying, thanks for the free juice. I let it go back then. Holiday vibes, you know? But now, staring at my electric bill jacked up by nearly $200, I realized Karen wasn't just borrowing power. She was staging a full-on suburban stick-up. I stood there, cord in hand, thinking, oh, it's on now. Here's the thing. I design power monitoring systems for a living. I chew through circuit maps like cereal and debug voltage spikes in my sleep. If Karen wanted a war of watts, she'd pick the wrong nerd. I check my logs. Power spikes every afternoon at 3 p.m., right when her inflatable unicorn sprinkler fountain kicked on, and random surges like 1 at 2 a.m. Who needs that much juice at night unless they're brewing something shady or tanning illegally? I set up cameras. 2 days later, I had gold. Her teenage son dragging the cord over my fence like it was his daily chore, even tossing a little salute at the lens. This wasn't just Karen being sloppy. This was a family tradition. I took my evidence to the HOA, expecting backup. Their response? Well, technically, she's not modifying your property, so it's a gray area. A gray area? Stealing power isn't a misunderstanding with flair. Unplugging didn't phase her last time, so I wasn't playing nice anymore. That night, I sketched out my counterattack, the breaker bomb. Not an actual explosive, relax, but a slick circuit that'd detect her sneaky draw and hit back with chaos. Loud alarms, strobe lights, glitter spray, and a confetti cannon. Her yard would look like a disco meltdown, and she'd hate it. I tested it in my garage. The noise sent 3 squirrels running for their lives and tripped a jogger outside. Perfect, but I wasn't setting it loose yet. First, I had to bait her, let her think she'd won. I wasn't about to let this slide, so I went full detective mode. Flashlight in one hand, voltage detector in the other. I patrolled my fence line like a budget Ghostbuster. And there it was, Karen's cheap, frayed extension cord, plugged into my brick wall outlet, slithering over the fence like it owned the place. On her side, her pool shed, lit up like a midnight Vegas casino. I nearly laughed. She was running a backyard rave off my power. I unplugged it. No fuss, no muss, just pulled it free, coiled it neatly, and left it hanging over her fence like an unwanted Christmas sweater. 10 minutes later, Karen was banging on my door like she was raiding the place with a warrant and a grudge. I saw what you did, she barked, skipping the small talk. You mean unplugging my outlet? I shot back. It's on the fence line. It's community property, she snapped. I blinked. Karen, it's on my brick wall. The one your husband backed into last summer and blamed on bad streetlights. She huffed. It's just electricity. You're not even using it. Was she trolling me? Or did she really think power was some communal fairy dust? I shut the door. Conversation over. Karen's the type who names her plants, spray paints lines on shared sidewalks, and treats HOA rules like her personal Bible, which makes sense since she's on the board. Nobody voted her in. She just showed up like mildew or a raccoon in your crawl space. So when my smart garden lights flickered and my sprinklers rebooted for the 3rd time that week, I knew it was her. Time to dig deeper. For 2 days, it was quiet, eerie quiet. Karen wasn't done. She was scheming. So I upgraded the breaker bomb. Version 2 got a decibel monitor to keep it legal, a motion-sensitive camera, and a cloud alert system pinging me, the HOA, my lawyer, and the town's non-emergency line. My favorite part? A speaker with my voice. This outlet is monitored. Unauthorized access will be reported. Step away. No robo voice, just me, loud and clear. Saturday morning, Karen came back swinging. I watched from my kitchen as she strutted to the fence, cord in hand, and plugged in like she was daring me. Her pool speakers blared pop. Then my voice cut through. She froze, yanked the cord out, and yelled gibberish at the fence. 3 minutes later, she returned with her husband, socks, sandals, and a cartoon shark flashlight, poking at the outlet. "This is harassment," she shouted. I stepped out. "Protecting my outlet, you mean?" "It's a shared wall," she insisted. "No, Karen, the fence is shared. The outlet's on my brick." She threatened to judge. I grinned. "Please, I've got 8 angles, voltage logs, and your HOA signature saying outlets are homeowner maintained." That night, my motion alert buzzed. There was Karen, hoodie up, sneaking along my side yard with a power strip taped to a garden stake, digging for my underground conduit. Bold and bonkers. I called neighborhood patrol, not 911, but close. She vanished when their golf cart hummed up, but the footage stayed. I sent it to the HOA, my lawyer, and filed a cease and desist letter, delivered by a courier in shades for maximum effect. Karen stood in her driveway, staring at it for 5 minutes, then stomped inside. 3 days later, my phone woke me at 5:12 a.m. News headline: Backyard power war goes viral. Suburban woman blasted by confetti cannon after stealing electricity. Someone posted the glitter bomb clip to Reddit. Don't mess with the electric guy. And it blew up on TikTok, Facebook, everywhere. Karen was a meme. The glitter bandit, the voltage vulture. Slow-mo explosions, dramatic voiceovers. She was a laughingstock. She could handle being wrong, but public mockery? That was her kryptonite. She filed 3 HOA complaints against me. Harassment, endangerment, defamation, claiming I'd rigged military-grade sound weapons. I showed their legal rep my footage, logs, and blueprints over coffee. He admitted Karen had 3 other cases that week, including one about witchcraft and dead flowers. Then she sent a landscaping crew to restore my lawn, claiming it broke standards. My yard was flawless. I stopped them with my HOA compliance letter. They left, one guy muttering, "Respect." The viral video sparked a firestorm. The HOA got dozens of complaints about Karen, party permits, vandalism, power theft. At an emergency meeting, the chairman listed her rap sheet, played my footage, and the room lost it laughing. Karen was booted from the board, put on property probation, and stormed out. Next day, a for sale sign popped up in her yard. Karen left a tiny splitter under my fence, a last jab. I didn't touch it. I installed Breaker Bomb 3.0. No noise, no glitter, just a silent power cutoff if she tried again. Days later, moving trucks rolled in. She yelled at the movers while neighbors watched, fake watering their lawns. When the last box left, my backyard felt bigger, lighter, free. I threw a barbecue, burgers, corn, chill music, open to all. Folks brought chairs, coolers, laughs. I set up the Breaker Bomb with a 3D printed plaque, in loving memory of Karen's electrical ambitions. May her circuits find peace elsewhere. People snapped pics. One guy asked to rent it. The new neighbors moved in. Nice folks with cupcakes, joking they'd never touch my outlet. I gave them the rundown: coffee spots, trash days, loud dogs. Karen wasn't mentioned. Clean slate. One night, beer in hand, I stared at the stars. The quiet was deep, earned, not tense. I kept the footage and cameras, not out of spite, but as a reminder. A dumb cord can unravel a neighborhood when someone like Karen thinks borrowing skips consent. Peace isn't just no fights. It's the payoff of solid consequences. My lights glowed, mine alone. And if another Karen tests my voltage, I've got 5 more breaker bombs in the garage. Case closed.